Hey, what's up guys, it's Kieran, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title, today's video is going to be a kind of day in my life. If you've been watching the last few of my vlogs, then you'll know kind of what my situation is, but basically I've just gone into 4th year of medical school at Cardiff University, and last week was my first week of like online classes, but this week is the week that I officially kind of start placement. However, my first week of placement is in ophthalmology, and because of how close you have to get to patients to do an eye examination and to look into their eyes, they're not actually letting us see patients because obviously with COVID and everything, we're trying to be as safe as possible. So for this week, I'm basically still doing online classes because like they're not going to let us do anything kind of clinical or in a clinical environment. So I'm kind of having a bit of a chill week. It hasn't been nearly as hectic as last week. I haven't had 9 till 5. I've basically just had like a few online tutorials here and there, and then I've been doing my own kind of learning and writing notes and things like that. So for today, I've got one online tutorial type thing at 9, and then I've got another one at 3. So I've got a big gap in the middle, which I plan on actually being really productive in and having just a nice productive day where I get a lot of stuff done. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's just get into it. So right now it is 8:45. I decided not to go to the gym this morning because I'm going into the hospital later on, and the gym I go to is on hospital grounds, so I figured since I'm already going to be there in the afternoon, I may as well just go to the gym at that point. So I kind of had a bit of a lie-in today, which was really nice, and now I'm gonna just log on to Zoom and make sure I'm ready for the first online class. This one is all about classic clinical presentations, so what they usually see in an eye clinic that's quite like classic, basic, just kind of going through the things that we definitely need to know, like our core eye disorders. I think it's going to be like including blepharitis, diabetic retinopathy, subconjunctival hemorrhages, that kind of thing, which I'm still kind of new to knowing the eye disorders. I've been doing notes for the past couple of days, but I obviously don't know them anywhere near as well as I want to know them. So I'm going to focus today on writing up conclusive notes, and then if I get onto it, I'm going to write some flashcards on all the eye disorders because I think that will really help to learn them. But yeah, like I said, now I need to log on to the Zoom call before I'm late.
Did actually have renal artery stenosis, and they had like sort of, the blood pressure was over 200. You can say whether it's central in the cornea or whether it's close to the limbus. You might be able to see that the eye's proptosed as well, the right eye compared to the left eye in this patient.
Okay, so right now it's almost 10:30, which is kind of annoying because that tutorial overran a little bit, and I've booked myself in to go to the SDL at 11. So instead of walking there, I think I'm going to end up driving just because I might not get there in time otherwise. But basically the SDL is the self-directed learning area in the medical school, and it's basically just a room filled with mannequins and all the equipment you need to practice your clinical skills. So I've put myself in to practice. I'm not really sure what I want to practice yet, but I'm probably going to go for catheters, male and female, because I can't really remember how to do a catheter, and at some point I actually have to do it on a real life person, so I might go practice that. But other things they have there are like fake arms that you can practice taking blood off of, you can practice injections, eye examinations, all of that kind of stuff. So at the moment, with COVID and everything, they've put regulations in place where you have to book online. There's a maximum of 6 people in there at a time, and I'm pretty sure you have to wear your mask at all times. So I'm going to try and be as safe as possible, but I do need to practice these things because especially this week with the lack of clinical exposure, I really need to practice my skills somewhere on someone. So I'm going to go do that, and then at 12 o'clock I booked myself to go into the gym because, like I said earlier, the gym is on the hospital grounds, so there's no point making 2 trips. If I'm already there, then I may as well go to the gym. So today's an upper body day and I'm very excited. I just love being back in the gym. It makes me feel so good. I went on and on about this in my week in the life video that you probably will have seen, but I'm just happy to be back in the gym. It's like therapy for me. So I'm going to do that, and then by that time I'll probably be starving, so I'll come home and eat lunch and then get on with some work. But yeah, like I said, it's almost 10:30 now, so I do need to get going. Okay, so I got back from the gym a couple of hours ago. It was such a well-needed sweat sesh. I feel so good after I've gone to the gym at the moment, so I'm really glad I got to do that. And I actually had a really good time in the SDL. Luckily, one of the clinical skills tutors was there, and I got to ask him basically how to do the whole process of catheterization, because I just could not remember for the life of me. So he walked me through it, and I've just gone and written everything down that he taught me, because it's such a long process and I find it really difficult to remember every single thing I have to do to catheterize someone. So I've written all that down, and then next time I go to the SDL, hopefully next week, I'll practice it again just so that it can really stick in my head. But yeah, I'm actually getting a good way through my to-do list for today. All I've got left is basically to do the next tutorial, which starts in like 20 minutes, and then I want to write notes on all of the eye conditions that we've gone over in the last 3 days, because I think it'll be really helpful to just have like a collation of everything I've learned, so that then I can start writing flashcards and learning it properly. But I'm going to do that this evening because I don't really have that much time before this tutorial. So this tutorial, I think I mentioned earlier, is on eye disorder emergencies, which I don't actually know what counts as an ocular emergency yet, so obviously hopefully this tutorial will go through that. But I've done all the prep for it. They basically just gave us a booklet of cases and we were in pairs, so me and one other girl had 2 cases to discuss. So I've done that, and I think we'll be presenting that on Zoom. So yeah, I'm basically just going to chill for the next 20 minutes until it starts, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a little bit tired, so I might make myself either some kind of like coffee a bit later or a little snack just to wake myself up. But yeah, I'm really glad at how productive I've been, and it's really nice actually going to the gym in the middle of the day, because it acts as a little bit of a break from working and sitting at this desk. But I definitely do prefer going in the morning, just getting it out of the way. I feel like I've only been working for like a week and a half, but I've already found a really good balance between being productive with my work and doing all the other stuff that I love to do and that makes me feel happy. So going to the gym, journaling, eating healthy, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, overall I feel like I'm doing good. I feel like I need to just embrace that feeling of doing really well. When I started placement last term, it did feel a little bit like everything was getting on top of me. It's really easy to feel overwhelmed when you go onto placement and you realise that you don't know anything about that area that you're learning about. So this week I didn't really know anything about eye disorders or the anatomy of the eye. I don't really know that very well, but instead of letting that get on top of me, I've been kind of using my time productively and writing notes on it, researching it, and kind of just going easy on myself. There's no reason for me to have known all of that stuff before, so there's no point beating myself up about it. I'm just going to get on with it, and yeah, I just feel like I've made a bit of a breakthrough. It only took me 3 years to get to this balance, but you know, we're living and learning. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on and log on to the Zoom call, which starts in like 10 minutes now. And then after that, like I said, I'll probably just start writing up notes. Hopefully I can finish them tonight, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how much I actually have to write up.
First of all, does everyone know what hypermetropia is? Yeah, does anyone else want to shout out what it means?
Far-sighted.
Yeah, so you're long-sighted, so you basically need reading glasses, you get activated. And imagine you cut the cornea in half and you look at a cross-section of it.
Okay, so my last tutorial finished about an hour ago and I'm just looking at my to-do list. I'm doing really well actually today in terms of getting things done. So all I have left is to finish my eye condition notes, and then I have to email some forms off to get signed off for this week of placement. So I basically have one Word document that's like 20 pages long of all of the notes I've made this week in my tutorials and lectures. So I think writing notes is going to be pretty quick tonight because I've basically done all of the hard work. I just need to kind of collate them and make sure it all makes sense. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll probably head to bed because it's already almost 8 o'clock. I think this will take me a couple of hours, and then I would love to get an early night tonight. So that is the plan. Okay, so I finished writing my notes like 10 minutes ago, and I actually just went through my room and picked everything up, put my clothes away, just generally tidied up, and my whole room just looks so much better just from 10 minutes of tidying. Like, it's so satisfying, and I feel like I just did everything that I've been procrastinating, like emptying my bins and just like putting clothes away and stuff like that. So now it is almost 10 p.m. and this is basically like my favourite part of my night. Like, I actually look forward to doing this now. I have my journal here, and then I also have the book that I'm reading at the moment, which I'm only like one chapter of the way through, but this is so good. I highly recommend if you haven't read it yet, but I do know that it's like trending at the moment to read it, so I feel like I'm a bit late on the bandwagon. But when it comes to like half an hour before I want to go to sleep, instead of just going on my phone or watching Netflix or TV shows, I just like set a really nice vibe for my room. So I put on the red lights on my LED strips because I think I read somewhere that red light before you go to sleep is very calming and like good for your brain. But I mean, I may be wrong. I should probably research that a bit more. But I just have all of my fairy lights on. Got my Salt Rock lamp on, which is a really like nice calming kind of vibe. And yeah, so I basically have just been spending like 10 minutes journaling every night to get all of my thoughts out, because I'm a major overthinker, especially at night. And at the moment I've kind of been struggling with falling asleep. So I feel like if I write out everything that I'm thinking about, I can then stop thinking about it and actually fall asleep. So I've been doing that, and then I've also just been ending off my night, like I said, with reading this book, because it's so much better to like help you get ready for bed and to make you feel a bit more tired than actually just looking at your phone and scrolling all night long. So it's been a really nice kind of night routine for me, and it's really been working. So yeah, I figured I would just kind of share that before I actually go through my night routine. It's not extensive at all. Like, I don't think it would ever be worth me actually filming a night routine nowadays, because that is all I do. I like brush my teeth, floss, all that kind of stuff, get ready for bed, and then I journal and read. So I just wanted to share that because it's really about the little things that make you happy, and reading a good book at the moment makes me so happy, and it puts me in such a good mood before I fall asleep. And I feel like it's also just really calming, and sometimes when I'm reading I'm so tired that I'm like falling asleep, and I know that that's when I need to put the book down and just go to sleep. Whereas if I was on my phone, I kind of can't really tell like how tired I am, which sounds really stupid, but because of the light on your phone, I think it's blue light, it keeps your brain awake, so then it keeps you awake for longer than you should be. And then I ended up just kind of always being really tired even after a full night's sleep, because that's how I was falling asleep and I was wasting time on my phone. So this has been working so much better for me, and I just wanted to share that before I end this video off. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please subscribe for more, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!